Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're two friends in fibre who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. This is episode 273. My name is Jocelyn. My co-host is
Diana.
I had to spit out the number.
Down my face.
I had to spit out the number for the podcast real quick because it was going. It was in my brain too long. I couldn't keep it any longer.
Fading
from existence. Guys, I currently
no.
Winnipeg, Manitoba home, and Diana calls Waterloo, Ontario home. Pardon the coughing. I went outside into the fresh air. Don't know what I was thinking.
Mistakes were made.
There's plants out there, people. Guys, while Diana lets everybody know what we're going to cover this week, I'm going to have some coffee. It's decaf.
Not doing a caffeinated late night.
The book I read taught me the joys of not doing that.
We've got this week, what's in our cup? Cool threads, woolly workings, wool gathering, and kniterature.
All right. Well, I'm drinking a Rotten Ronnie's decaf large with sugar.
Rotted Ronnie's?
When we were little, my dad would ask us if we wanted to go to Rotten Ronnie's when we flew down south. Because Ronald McDonald, Rotten Ronnie's, yeah.
Okay.
And because the first time he did it, we said no, and he's like, we don't have to eat McDonald's today. Because when you're a parent, teasing your children is half the fun.
I have come to understand this. I still resent it slightly, but I also understand from the other side.
Oh no! I mean, now I look at him and I go, "Can we go to Rotten Ronnie's?" He's like, "Sure can." That's what we call it.
It's like my dad's obsession with snakes and ladders. Hey, you want to play snakes and ladders? I'm like, and after the age of like 6, no, I didn't.
No.
So eventually for Christmas one year, I'm like, I got a snakes and ladders drinking game, and I'm like, there, now I'll play snakes and ladders with you. We've never played snakes and ladders with that set.
Well, no. I mean, you had it coming, really.
It was just too perfect.
No, really, it's the pollen outside drives me bonkers.
You know, right. I have had something wrong with my sinuses since like the cedar incident in March. So
the cedar incident.
I feel you. The cedar pollen incident.
Of 2022. Coming to the theater soon.
Cedar. Seriously, I feel you.
Okay.
I have got some Christmas morning from Stash in my cup.
Ooh, that
which
sounds
is
tasty.
Mildly caffeinated. And doesn't get bitter when you oversteep it, because this has been steeping for like an hour now. And it's still drinkable.
Ludicrous, people. Ludicrous. All right. I don't know. What are we doing? Cool threads. What's
cool
next?
Threads. Yeah, you've got one.
I'm wearing my Rosewood cardigan by Jessica.
Oh gosh, we just looked it up. Oh, it's Stephanie. Stephanie Jessica Lau.
Stephanie Jessica Lau. Hey, listen, there was a Jessica somewhere that okay, this is my favorite cotton crocheted cardigan. I wear it all the time. I'm wearing it out at the cuffs. That's how much I wear it. This is hard worn. I made mine out of Karen cakes. It just made it point for it. So none of the stripes match. I don't care. It's an amazing cotton cardigan and I wear it all the time. And it's worsted cotton, so it keeps me warm. We have to start debunking these myths about cotton being the summer thing. They're starting to drive me nuts. So that was my cool thread today because it was only a high of 19 Celsius, which is an actual livable summer temperature.
Yeah. We've got that lovely summer weather where you walk outside and it feels like you're getting slapped in the face with a wet towel.
I believe one of the Instagram reels I watched the last 2 days called it walking outside and having Satan fart in your face.
Yeah.
Which I was like,
that implies there's a breeze though.
I'm in Manitoba. There's always a breeze here. You lived here. When do we not have a breeze?
We have minimal breeze today, so like I don't know if it's a fart so much as the lingering,
Yeah. Well, I hang out with gamer guys. I know.
Shall we talk about what we're working on?
We should, because you have more things than I do, so you get to go
Oh
first.
my gosh, I've got to start. Okay, I'm going to start with a really boring thing that's like only an ish.
Mm-hmm.
So last week we did our cast on party / episode, and I was working on the swatch for the Fossil Frenzy tea that I'm doing for our summer knit along. So I finished the swatch and I watched and blocked it.
It's in a bag.
Wait, focus on the swatch. Come on. Anyway, there's a swatch here, I swear. Well, you can see the pretty colors even though it won't focus apparently completely. Why? There we go. Okay, I got it. Autofocus sometimes, people. Anyway, you still absolutely cannot see that there's sparkle in there. It's very slightly sparkly, I promise. Anyway, so I knit this a size larger than it's supposed to be.
Okay.
And it's like really close to gauge. So I think if I actually knit it with the size of needle that the pattern calls for, I will probably actually get gauge, even though it seems like it's a really tight gauge.
I would imagine it's a tight gauge for the color work. Otherwise, your color work looks sloppy.
Yeah. So I mean, like it looks fine. And like
if you're so close that going down a needle size is going to get you to gauge, go down and you're on gauge. That's what you want. You want gauge is what you want.
Yeah. So the downside to that is I do not, nor have I ever owned any 2.75 millimeter needles, because I do my socks on 2.25s and then like all my shawls call for 3.25 and up. So I have never owned a 2.75 millimeter needle. So I need to order some. Oh no, I'll need to order a 60-inch cord from Yarn Canada. That one.
I didn't even cast it on. I'm doing great. I cast it on a whole other 2 things, okay? Thank you very much. It has been a busy week here. It's not been a busy week here, guys. I've been busy doing other things. That's how that works. Some of it, nothing I was supposed to be working on in the first place anyway, so it's okay. Do I talk about the new cardigan or do I talk about the new shawl? What new thing do you want first?
New cardigan, new shawl. Oh, I don't know. New shawl.
Okay. So I love shawl on a ball yarn. It's so pretty. It's so sparkly.
I always think about buying it and then I'm like, gorgeous. What am I going to make with it?
Gorgeous gradient. And I have never seen a
shawl,
pattern.
Presumably.
And I've never seen a pattern I like for it. And I have 2 balls that I hand wound ages ago. And I do mean ages ago. Into a behemoth of a 300 gram, because they're like 150 grams each, to a behemoth of a 300 gram ball. Like, didn't fit in the yarn bowl bag.
That's dense. You could take somebody out with that.
I could. It's sort of, so shawl ball is a lot like a thick, thin hand spun. So you have some slightly thicker spaces, you have some slightly thinner spaces, and you've got a strand of sparkle. This is not lightly sparkled. It is sparkled.
That's a high sparkle.
It is a high sparkle, but it is a gradient yarn. So you have color rotations. So a lot of patterns wouldn't look good in it because it wouldn't show off the yarn, or the pattern would get lost in the color changes, right? Mm-hmm. So I said, I'm a designer. I was make a pattern. So I'm making a pattern.
Ooh.
That literally doesn't have a ton going on. Not boring, because you switch up all the time, because you know me and boring stuff. I can't do it. If I'm not changing constantly, my brain gets bored. That's why I have like 20 some odd whips, people. So I'm making an asymmetrical shawl. It's called Pie Made Me Do It. It's going to go into testers here shortly, because I'm only 130-ish grams in, 120-ish grams in, like 120-ish grams in. So thank heavens for Diana's 60+ inch cord length. I still have cord length to spread this out on.
I love that.
But I'm doing it on 5 millimeter. It's like a heavy fingering, like DK weight yarn, but you could hold 2 fingering double if you wanted to. Because could you imagine this with like scraps or marled?
That could also be gorgeous. I love it just as the gradient though. It's like, it's simple, but very eye-catching.
It is. That's why I didn't want a heavy duty pattern. Like I wanted something that would drape, that you could just pile on and go and it would look pretty, but also sparkle. Sparkle.
Sparkle, sparkle.
Sparkle, sparkle. So that's what I'm doing. So in theory, I knit 120-ish grams in a week. I can do the other 130-ish or so this week, and I'll be done a shawl next week. And I've been smart about this one. I've been writing it as I go.
Whoa, revelation.
When I am done, it can just go to test knitters. Oh, I needed to do that burp. It's really hard to burp, guys. So that's what I'm doing. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated, and minimal purling.
Very important.
Very important. Key feature, guys. So done and done. Ta-da! I'm working on a thing. It's already at the point where, like, if I show off my double chin, I have no chin, guys. If I hold my one arm
those
out
blues
straight,
like match your sweater.
I know they do. So cool. Come here. So drapey. It's so floppy. This is my arm stretched out to here without pulled on it. So like it's going to be a big shawl when it's finished, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a big drapey shawl that I could wear casually, or I could wear with like a really pretty little black dress and go out in the holiday season.
Yes.
Yeah. So done. It has a name. It's in progress. The primary tester, the first person everything goes through, because sometimes Jocelyn is not English and that needs to be corrected.
English is
for me, it's an option some days.
It's a sort of an ish concept.
It's an ish concept. So thankfully, a wonderful, wonderful tech editor knows my brain very well. So she helps out with me a lot. It's also like she gets to the stage at where I put brackets and I go, explain why you made choice bracket, because I'm writing it, so I don't want to sit there and think about how to word how I made those choices. So I just put in brackets. I need to explain why I chose this bracket, make instructions for this bracket, and move on. So it's pretty bare bones at the moment, but it is written, which means I only have to go and put photo here.
So like flesh it out, format it.
Yeah.
Add some pictures.
Yeah. So that's the stage it's at. So hopefully I've done that next week and it is off and running to the races. So that'll be really good and handy. And it'll also be nice to have it off my needles, because I do not have a lot of 5mm and I want those 5mm for something else. So that's gotta happen.
Nice.
And I get to toss it back to you.
All right. I was really hoping for 2 finishes this week, and there's a non-zero chance that I'll finish this other thing. So I want to talk about one of my finishes.
I went and picked up the mail.
Threw it on the floor. Oh, I threw it on the floor.
That seems rude.
Didn't mean to.
What did your finish ever do to you?
I
went and picked up acquisition so you'd have time.
Thank you. It allowed me to have a finish.
You're welcome. Well, you had to go to a beer festival. Oh, God, so good.
It's done. Thank you to everybody last week who gave me permission to use short sleeves.
I think it was the right call.
That's the only reason it's done.
I think it was the right call. In that cotton.
But it looks really good.
Yeah.
So the pattern doesn't have
brown dress. Oh, that's gonna look so good.
Pattern doesn't have instructions for short sleeves, so I just did the same thing that's on the bottom hem. I just did 3 rounds of the stitch pattern.
Okay.
So it's just 3 rounds of that so that the stockinette doesn't curl, and then the same bind off as everywhere else.
Oh yeah, that works fine.
Which I think I used the Jenny's super stretchy bind off.
Okay.
So it's like stretchy. Because the fabric with this stitch pattern is super stretchy.
Oh yeah.
Just anyway. So yeah, so this is my first V-neck thing that I have made. So that's exciting. And it's a touch low, so it's definitely going to be like it's okay.
It's meant to be worn as an over thing with something on underneath.
Yeah, but it's gonna go over stuff. So just disregard my sequin NASA shirt. This is not what it's gonna go with. But like, and obviously I haven't woven in my ends. but if I shuffle back a little bit.
Shuffle.
So like it's
do the awkward crouch.
It's the right size.
It's the right size. It's the right length. Yeah, you need a wash and block because you're definitely
I'm a little bit curly around the edge. It says I'm supposed to pick up all around the neck and then just immediately cast off. Yes. And I kind of don't want to.
Then don't.
Like I kind of just, it's fine. But on the other hand, then it would be really a nice finish. So
your call.
It's off the needles, but I'm technically supposed to finish the neck, but I don't know if I want to.
Well, wash it and block it first. Weave in your ends and see how you feel when you're done.
Yeah. I think that might be the thing to do.
Yeah.
I can always go back and do that.
I should just pull the needles out of mine, put it on, make sure the fit's good, rip it back and start again. Because really, I did all that body work in a week. It's not that much work.
Yeah, it's not difficult like I made it out to be in the beginning. It's just because it's my first V-neck, so I didn't understand how all the increases were working.
I had no idea. I was like, I have no idea what these instructions are telling me. I don't have time to think about it.
New stitch and the faux seams, and then
I just went, I don't have time to think about it.
I didn't understand what was going on, and I didn't want to work on it, but it's done now, and I still have at least I have one full ball and then like most of a ball. So I absolutely would have had enough for sleeves. Mm-hmm. But now I don't need to do sleeves. So I've got some bonus of this yarn. The yarn, which is Blue Sky Fibers worsted organic cotton.
Yes. In
this light blue grayish color.
Yeah.
It's bluer than my gray t-shirt, but it looks gray next to the blue on my NASA logo. So gray blue, very pale blue. Is it gray? Is it blue? Who knows? And the pattern is it's the Ursina by, I don't remember who it's by. It's the Ursina, which is just the lighter weight version of the Ursa.
Crazy lady. Sorry, I was stretching my neck. Speck.
See that I have a speck. I don't like the speck. There we go. Be gone, speck.
You have a speck? I
had a speck.
Okay, anyway, you fixed it?
It's done. It's done, and I like it. And it's just like, it's like a nice relaxed fit, and it's so soft. It's so soft.
So good, you guys.
It's so soft. Highly recommend this yarn. 5 stars. Recommend this yarn. It's so soft. And it looks so good. I'm happy about this. I like it. It's like simple, but it's interesting. Anyway, recommend the pattern. Highly recommend the yarn. I was really hoping I was going to have this done yesterday so I could wear it with the dress to the thing that we went to last night.
Nope. But
it didn't quite happen.
You need to wash and block that because your back edge does this on the one side.
Yeah, it's a little, the back edge is a little bit rolly, so maybe I do need to finish the edge. Anyway, it's off the needles.
I was talking the bottom hem comes up.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice. Oh, yeah, it totally does. You're right.
Yep. You need to block that bad boy.
Yeah, it's a little bit. You can't see it from the front. You can see it from the back. I swear I'm holding this evenly.
Oh yeah, no, she needs a block.
She's a wobble. She's got a wobble.
She needs a wash and a block before you wear that out.
She's got a wobble. Obviously, I need to weave in on my ends too, because yes. Even the internal ones are poking out because it's only a cropped sweater. Well, but anyway, it's effectively done. Minus some finishing, it's done.
Excellent.
So there, I finished the summer knit along, albeit a few days late.
Yeah, counts. You finished it. That's the important part.
I finished it. Yes.
And you mean spring knit along, right?
Yes. Oh, did I say summer?
I don't know.
I definitely meant spring.
I don't know if you
the
said
one
summer.
That is finished that I did not quite finish on time.
We need to pull names for that this week so we can tell everybody who won in live next week. All right.
Yes.
So in July, the Fiber Friends do a dye challenge. And most of them dye yarn and then knit something with that dyed yarn. I'm going to do the reverse. I'm going to knit the project, then dye the yarn. Mostly because I want to dye it probably a dark color. So I collected all of my Karen cakes. All of my Karen cakes.
There's so many colors.
There's a lot of colors, but there's not enough carrying cakes to make a single garment. Like I have a Christmas bag full of them.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas dressing bag full of them, but not enough in any one color to make a garment. And I love cotton garments. So when I saw that Hey Carrie had put out a pattern for Summer Breeze cardigan, I went, perfect. Decision made. I'm going to make the Summer Breeze cardigan, and I'm going to over dye it so that I get a cotton cardigan for the summer, for a new cotton cardigan to have to wear with things, and I get to participate in the July dye challenge because I can push out, because it's a whole month, and I could certainly get a crochet cardigan done in a month. I can get a crochet cardigan done in a week if I decide to. I'm not, because I have to work on my design knitting. But I took my first carrying cotton cake. I really have hiccups. And I've started my back panel. This is 3 hours of work, guys.
That looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh man. There you go, starting another crocheted cardigan and me going, oh man, I want one.
It's a thing. I love crochet cardigans. They're so much fun. This is wonderfully fun 3-row repeat. It's a free pattern. It's a 3-row repeat shell cardigan that makes these wonderful holes. Makes holes so you can see through them.
Mm-hmm.
My cat's playing, probably with a pen I threw at her earlier today. I did a gauge swatching, because you always do a gauge swatching. And because I knew I was making this out of cotton, and cotton has, everybody say it with me, no memory and drapes like a mofo, I went down a hook size from my gauge swatch so that it would be nice and tight. Because the moment you wear cotton, it's going to relax and it doesn't remember what it once was. So these holes will get bigger and it'll become nice and drapey. So I'm working within the structure of the yarn that I'm using, which is cotton and acrylic, and I have the right size. So here we go. I'm making a cardigan. I'm making a Hey Carrie cardigan. Anybody who's been a long time listener will know that me and Diana have made one of her cardigans before. It was called the Winter Patchwork Cardigan that Diana didn't seam up.
Mm-hmm.
In the
that
first
I
monthly
still
challenge.
haven't finished.
Nope.
It's judging me from the corner of my frame. It's in.
As it should be.
It's in that bag.
As it should be.
Judging me from the corner of the frame.
Judgy McJudgerson. At this point, the cardigan has earned the right to judge you.
It has. It very much has. I still need to go buy the navy yarn that everybody said was a good idea, which I agree is a good idea. I still just need to go buy some navy yarn.
I'm eating through my first bowl of Karen cotton cake. So I will do up the cardigan and then I will go buy some dye and then I will dye it. I'm thinking like a charcoal or a navy or a black, like something I can't work in because it's too dark.
That sounds like an excellent idea. Plus a dark color will over dye all of the other colors
quite well.
Better.
And I have 5 white cardigans, so
do you really need another white cardigan?
I really need another white cardigan, not so much. So that's the thing. But I mean, I also want to go, but I've got this gold and okay, so I've got this gold and black impeccable yarn. I'm thinking about holding them together to get bulky, to do that bulky funfetti bomber cardigan you did. But I don't think I have enough yardage to do a full length version.
It does eat up a stunning amount of yarn.
I mean, it's impeccable. I could just go get more. It's the joy of impeccable. And marling, variations on dye lots would be like non-existent with marling, right?
Oh, and it's impeccable. Does it even vary in dye lot?
Not really, no. It's a commercial acrylic yarn. It's very stable color-wise, which is kind of nice. It's actually really nice if you think about it. So I'm like, maybe, I don't know. I might have moved into crochet mode again, which is not a big deal, especially with Stash Dash going on, because I absolutely can get yardage on Stash Dash with crochet.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Very quick. That quick.
Crochet is so fast.
You were sleeping. What was wrong with your mode of existence? It wasn't getting you in enough trouble? Okay, I understand.
Yes, do all the trouble.
No, don't do all
Your
the trouble.
overseer is otherwise occupied right now.
Mommy's
Go spread chaos.
No chaos. Be good.
Chaos.
She's going to clean herself. I think she's accepted your challenge. Dang it. Okay. But that's it. That's all I've worked on this week.
Okay. I have
well,
one
all
more
that I
thing.
can talk, guys, we're almost in a check-in. All I can talk about, I've worked on this week, we've talked about.
Right, yeah. Okay, sorry, I just have a few more stitches and then I can talk about the thing that I was hoping would be done today, but isn't quite, and will probably get finished later tonight or like tomorrow. Cause yeah.
We're totally doing it. We're buying yarn from Yarn Canada.
Yes, we absolutely are.
We're totally doing that.
Okay, I got 4 more stitches.
Mm-hmm.
I can buy that navy yarn that I need, since I need to buy needles anyway.
Yeah, why not? We can get the yarn for that crochet cardigan we both want to do for the fall.
Yeah.
Twinsies.
Yay. Okay, I'm ready. I was really hoping I would be finished my second reps and rest sock. I am not quite. There are 4 row repeats and I need like 1.5 more repeats and a cuff. I'm painfully close.
I missed my mouth.
Speaking of painfully close.
Good thing. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm with you. You are painfully close to finishing those socks. I'm done my coffee. Time to move to water.
Anyway, Reps and Rest by Nikki Knits out of Manos del Uruguay, Pastel Tiza.
Yes.
They'll be done next time. I swear.
With so few repeats, I hope so.
I will probably hit the cuff by the time we're done recording. Like, I'm painfully close. I really thought I'd have it done today, but it just didn't happen.
Did you see the pictures of the Patreon today with the sock boxes?
No, I didn't.
One of our Patreon members totally posted a photo of all of her gorgeous handmade socks that she keeps in really pretty boxes.
I want pretty sock boxes of hand knit socks.
Hashtag dreams, hashtag goals, hashtags knitting life, all the
oh my God, so many goals.
I want them so bad. I'm like, I just want those boxes. Are they my size socks? Can I just take them? Is that an option? Handmade socks, people. Handmade socks. Okay, that was it. We were talking about socks. I got distracted.
I guess that's everything that we're working on.
It is.
It's time for wool gathering. It's time for the unscripted Patreon ad.
I don't have.
What is my word of the week to work improvisationally, like that word I just said, into the weekly unscripted Patreon ad?
God, it sounded painful to hear you say that.
It really was. Hey, fun fact, I did a presentation in front of my entire department this past week.
How'd that go?
And apparently I did it good.
Excellent. Your improvisational word of the day is marathon.
Marathon. Okay. If you would like to financially support these shenanigans for reasons that I will personally never understand, you may do so at patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. Gold star for me. I got it right the first time.
I'll send you stickers.
Yay.
Don't
any level of
play with
support.
that box. I see you.
Chaos. Chaos demon.
Sees you. I will throw something at you.
Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, singular.
Server one. I'm like, when did we get more than one? Please tell me there's only one. I've only been looking
There's
at the
a
one.
singular server with many channels where we talk about everything that we're knitting, failing at knitting, want to knit, should be knitting on, but aren't knitting. And our newest channel has my favorite name, Stupid Fitness Ew, where some people talk about marathons.
Stupid Fitness Ew.
Ew. But people talk about marathons maybe in there, I assume. I don't know. I don't know what people in fitness channels do.
Did you even open the fitness channel?
Basically just to post that I like the name. Did you not catch the ew part of the stupid fitness? Ew.
I didn't name it. I didn't make it.
Anyway, there.
Yes.
I worked in the word improvisationally.
Yeah, but did you work in the word marathon?
Yeah. What else was I saying? At the higher levels of support, we do monthly e-knit-ins, where we just hang out on a Zoom call for an entire afternoon, anywhere between 3 and 6 hours. I think 6 hours is our longest.
Yeah. Is it 6 hours? I gotta go. I literally actually have to go do something else and I'm the host. Anything else at that point.
The next one of those is going to be on July the 22nd at noon Manitoba time. No, 22nd. 23rd. It's the 23rd. The 23rd is the Saturday.
23rd is the Saturday?
Wow. I was looking at the number 23 and 22nd came out of my mouth. Nah.
That's at $5 and up?
Yes, at $5 and up. We do the e-knit-ins. For everybody, we've got movie days quarterly. So the next one of those is going to be on August the 27th.
It is.
Which is a Saturday at
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers, yeah. We're expanding my knowledge of 90s and early 2000s movies, maybe some 80s movies. I'm not really sure what's in there.
It's a 90s movies. I cannot wait for you to see that. I cannot wait for you to see that.
We're watching cheesy 90s movies. That's what we're doing.
Oh, it's so good. Hey, listen, first two, total winners. Exactly what I advertised them as.
Yes, I have thoroughly enjoyed them so far. What else? We added some new tiers, and I will eventually remember what is in them.
Do you see these raised eyebrows of incredulity? Wow.
Okay, you know what? I haven't had as much practice with this part of the thing. Okay, so wait, we have $5 and we have $10. We have a $15 now, right?
Yeah. And we have
$15.
Yep. And there's the blanket of doom.
And then there's the blanket of doom. At what level? I know we're doing vlogs, and I don't remember if that's at the 15 or the 20. Okay, at the 15, we're doing vlogs.
Yes.
We're doing
vlogs and coupon discount codes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what else we're. Oh yeah, we're doing gaming after dark.
For the blanket of doom.
For blanket of doom, we're doing gaming after dark, which is like the Stardew Valley that you may have seen that we do on YouTube sometimes at random. We will be doing unlisted versions of gaming that are scarier and or violenter and or, well, most definitely involve lots of swearing, which we tend not to do publicly.
We try not to.
We try not to. It happens occasionally. But the After Dark gaming, there will be much more swearing.
Will be a lot more just unfiltered us. So yes, I've been looking into cooperative games that are going to involve a lot of me receiving instructions from Diana and it going poorly, because I feel like that is just the best option on the planet.
You could do the co-op Portal game.
I have Portal. I really suck at that game. We could totally do that.
It's a physics sim with puzzles. It'll be great.
Timing. Just not.
Oh, it'll be amazing.
Not my
and by
strong
amazing,
suit.
I mean a beautiful, absolute disaster.
Absolute disaster, guys. So we're gonna go stick the more not kid-friendly gaming in there. So it'll definitely come with warnings that if you're in the blanket of doom level, that's not appropriate for small children. Because we will be picking games that we would play that we wouldn't necessarily put on straight on to YouTube, because it wouldn't be appropriate for children due to violence or innuendos or things that could come out of my mouth word-wise. So
there would be a lot of swearing.
I did talk to the mysterious Mr. B. He said he would be game to do some Borderlands 2 with us on that tier level.
Ooh, that could be fun.
So the Blanket of Doom people could potentially hear the mysterious Mr. B.
Gasp.
Le gasp.
Le gasp.
So those are things. But yes, as always, we super understand that budgets are a real life thing. If you cannot financially support us, we love hearing back from you. Commenting, liking, and subscribing are huge helps to us. We appreciate everything that you guys are able to do, because time is the greatest gift, and you give it to us by watching and interacting with us on a daily or hourly schedule, depending on who you are and what we're doing. Because depending on who you are and what we're doing, sometimes it's hourly. It's totally a thing, guys. We do have one cow currently running on, and well, I have not bothered to collect names draw for the spring cow, so that's going to happen live next week when we do our monthly live, because I went to the post office to get yarn acquisitions instead. I made decisions. Couldn't tell you if they were the right ones, but they are the ones that were made. We do have a summer cow going on right now. The Summer Solstice Cal 2022 has officially begun because summer solstice was on the Tuesday, the 21st of this month. So it will run until the fall equinox, which is pretty much 3 months from the 21st of June. That's why it suits us perfectly, because it just falls into those quarterly 3-month periods we like to do. I have already abandoned my initial project for the summer solstice, and I'm going to do the summer breezy cardigan instead. This is normal.
Yes, we're allowed to change a thing or enter multiple things. This is allowed.
Always. Rules and regulations for the count you can find on the show notes, which is at www.northernknitspodcast.com. That is where we keep the informations and the links, and you can find a link for that in the description box down below. For everything else, if you want to show off what you've chosen and the yarn you've chosen and your progress, use the same hashtag. We will go look. It doesn't just have to be the finished objects. So that is a super thing. Please feel free to enable me into yet more projects. Yes. So that is all we really got on our plate at the moment. We do have some lives coming up. We've got our live for the month, which will be coming up this Sunday, the 3rd of July, which happens to be Canada Day long weekend. She says to her co-host, to remind her co-host to not be on a family phone call on the Sunday.
I don't know why that would be happening on the Sunday.
Neither do I, but I've learned to make this acquisition of time on your phone in advance of any long weekend ever.
They can gosh darn call on a different part of the day that is not Sunday.
There's a whole long weekend for it, people. So that is going on. Then we've got that first Thursday of the month, which is the 7th, is going to be my live check-in with Louise for our checkups. So for everyone keeping track of the home game, that means this week, she says to her co-host, pictures for the new challenge go up, because as
oh my gosh, where
Sunday,
did June go?
In 7 days from today, we have our
I've got to figure out
craft off challenge check-in. Plus, don't ask me. I don't keep track. I did not create the Julian calendar. That's just the calendar we run on.
Oh my gosh, I got to figure out what I want to work on next month.
Yep, because you post on Tuesday. I post tomorrow.
Oh man, okay, well this summer it's going to be something lacy. I think I have a lace shawl in that bin.
Well, I mean, we'll know as of Tuesday. So for everybody who doesn't know what happens for the craft off, the first Sunday of the month is live for us. So we don't have show notes. We just do a live on YouTube at noon Manitoba time. And we will have in advance on Tuesday for Diana, on Monday for me, prior. Look at all the fancy $5 words I'm spitting out today. We'll have posted an Instagram post. We'll also have posted it in our Facebook group, as well as the YouTube community page. So like all the spaces. And we'll have given you 2 options. So you get to pick what we work on for a month secretly in the background. Now we've curated which 2 options we give you, but there are 2 options. So I look forward to seeing what you've chosen and voting, because we vote for each other. That seemed fair in our brains.
Yes,
and then we'll see how we're doing. And then everybody can see how I did with my Steinkrieger, because that was my challenge for myself this month. With Louise, that's not this Thursday, but the Thursday after.
So much going on.
So much going on, you guys. So much going on. Oh, wait, would it be? No, because Friday's the 1st. So it'll be the 7th.
Yes.
I was like, wait a minute, is Friday the 1st? It's the first Friday or Thursday? The 1st is Friday.
Yes, so you're well into July before you check in with Louise as I drop stitches on my sock. Oh no!
Wants to see what I got in the mail.
We want to see what you got in the mail.
Look, don't forget to knit.
We want to see. We want to see.
Look, it fits perfectly. I'm showcasing our swag bag.
Nice, good product placement.
Subtle too. Oh my god! I mean, it just fits. Jesus. We'll make sure I get this out of here. I'm not sure the extra my phone address. But I don't love you. But if you're gonna stalk me, I need milk and margarine, so bring it with you. Okay. Grocery days tomorrow. I'm going to somehow rest this under the microphone on the desk and use my boobs as a stabilizer.
Are we getting a whole unboxing video right now?
Uh-huh.
Sweet.
I mean, I could have unboxed it earlier, but really I wanted to drink my coffee and eat the fries I ordered because I ordered fries. Because if you go to McDonald's and don't order fries, you've done McDonald's incorrectly. I don't want to damage my snips. I mean, I'm going to. Never use your yarn cutting snips for anything other than cutting yarn, she says. Well, she cuts into a box with her yarn snips.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. I have dedicated hair scissors and I occasionally use them on clothing tags.
That's fair.
Just the very ends though, like the ends that you're probably not snipping hair with. So like, it's fine, right?
Sure. I've already somehow managed to knock something off my desk. How did I even do that? Can you tell I have no depth perception and I'm going blind? But, time for some ASMR sounds. Box opening.
Satisfying ASMR box opening.
This yarn has a specific project and a specific purpose. I punched the microphone.
Yes, I can tell.
Super professional unboxer. Can you tell I do this one? I don't do this, guys. I've usually done this in advance. We're gonna box.
What's the yarn for? What's the specific yarn for?
The marvelous moderator. Punch the microphone with paper. Requested a crocheted blanket. And I said, I would love to make a crocheted blanket for her. So I'm going to make a crocheted blanket for the wonderful, marvelous moderator. But I also took the opportunity to order myself 2 new needles.
With 60-inch cords?
Nope. 16-inch 4 millimeters.
Well, that's not 60.
I already have a 60-inch 4 millimeter cord, my dear. And I have some fall winter cowl patterns that I need to get on the needles. Ooh. And these will be much better to do color work on the round with at that size. So.
Why do I all of a sudden really desperately want to make color work cowls?
Because I said the word color work cowl.
Why you got to do this to me?
Because I love driving you bonkers. And I love giving you test knits knowing you'll never finish them.
This is why I don't often offer to test knit, because I know I won't ever finish in any kind of reasonable amount of time.
I know you won't finish in time. Oh my god, this box is so packed. So I ordered multiples of these colors. I'm making a whole freaking blanket, guys. I'm just not going to pull out every. Like, I'm not pulling out all 3 skeins of each color. Or 2 skeins of each color. That's a little crazy.
I love these colors.
So she wanted something with a beachy vibe. So it looked like sunset. So she sent me some inspiration photos and the pattern style she liked. And she really liked Casa Pinka's calm blanket that she did over the like the height of the first couple of rounds of where we were all stuck at home. So I'm going to do the edge border in this sandy oatmeal color.
Okay.
Because sand.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to have a row where we've got some sand and some surf. Got some white for the surf.
Okay.
Because you need white for the surf. And then we're going to transition through 3 shades of blue to get your different levels of ocean.
That's going to look so nice. That's going to look so good.
So
I'm very excited to follow this.
Do some sample squares to make sure we've got the transitions the way she likes them, because this is a commission piece, and then I'll get going. The other joy is this moderator doesn't normally get to order Canadian yarn, so we went with Briggs & Little. So she got a nice wool blanket for the winter, which is going to be amazing. And I love Briggs & Little. You guys all know that. And this is a bunch of their heritage weight, which is worsted weight yarn. So I have a sweater's quantity of worsted weight yarn that my cat's gonna love playing it. I told her the cat hair was free. Done. But I had to go to pick that up today before we recorded.
Absolutely.
And yes, if you want the color work, if you want the color work cowl patterns, I understand you will not finish the test on time. That is okay. You may have fun.
Thank you.
Don't even, I'm not going to give them to you until they're more than, well, you will shortly. But that's it. That's what I picked up.
Sweet. I think that leaves us just with Kniterature then.
It does. Books. You said you've been finishing books.
I finished some books.
Make show notes. I don't know how many books you have versus how many books I have.
We have the same number this week.
Did you finish them?
I have no finishes, apparently. I finished all my books and talked about them last week. Okay. I checked my finish dates in Goodreads. Apparently, I would have talked about my finishes last week.
Oh, well, I'll go through mine because mine are finishes and then they're done.
Okay.
So I finished Daughter of the Moon Goddess. And I gave it a 4 out of 5. It's a really good book. Almost 5 out of 5. Like almost out of, I will add 4 out of 5 means I will suggest it to people I know who like fantasy genre books. It's like high on the suggest fantasy genre books. 5 out of 5 means I'm just going to tell everybody they need to read it. 4 out of 5, which means Diana's going to get the suggestion. It's really good. And it's Eastern fantasy, not Western fantasy. So just, yes. So much, yes. Super good book.
Really yes, this was the Eastern fantasy one. Okay.
Yeah. I started and finished Why We Sleep. Then I have to look up the rest of the book. Unblocking the Power of Sleep and Dreams, which
has been recommended to me at least twice this past week alone. So it must be good.
It's very literally laid out. They explain their theories. They explain the science on how they got to the theories. They reference studies. And they walk you through historical citations. Yeah, they walk you through what we used to think and explain why that thinking is now considered inaccurate and wrong, and what the science behind that, why that thinking is inaccurate and wrong, is explained now. So
nice.
Definitely from a Western standpoint, definitely from an American standpoint, American author. So there's moments where you're like, oh, right, it's coming from America. A tweak, because I'm not American, I'm Canadian. So that's a bit of a tweak, but otherwise, very good read. Like if you think you know anything about sleep, you need to read the book because you don't.
This is me putting it on hold on the library right now.
I was one of those like, I knew I didn't know much about sleeping other than going to bed at the same time every night was a good idea. Just because for
sleep.
As often as possible, I like to go to bed at the same time every night.
No, I don't want how to sleep. My library does not have this book on the Libby app.
Oh, it has it on mine.
Well, that's annoying. I'm going to have to go get a physical copy.
Why we sleep? That's fine. Then you can enjoy reading it in person. So I learned a metric boatload about sleep studies, how it functions, how it interacts, what we're doing, and changes that we need to make socially because we are physically damaging ourselves, shortening our lifespans, causing health problems, damaging ourselves because we think about it incorrectly. What?
We think we know best, and we do not about so many things.
You never do. You'd think we'd figure it out at this point. We don't.
Nah.
And then I decided to start the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. It's the first in a book series. It's a slow burn. So like Daughter of the Moon Goddess grabs you, drops you into the story, and then you learn things as the first person narrator learns them. The 5th season's more third person, so there's a lot of info dumped from different perspectives that are starting to coalesce and come together. So
yeah, I seem to recall that one had multiple POV characters. Maybe I'm mixing that up.
No, it's got multiple points for the 5th season. So I'm still at the point where like I'm 3 chapters in and I'm not sold on the book yet because I'm 3 chapters into a slow burn fantasy. It's going to take the whole first book for me to figure it out. I read that one
sometime last year, I think, and I rated it 5 stars.
Yeah, so it's like I know it's going to take the whole book.
Slow burn, but you get there. It's worth it.
Okay. So we will see how I feel at the end of the book, but I'm not at the end of the book, so I don't know. I don't know. And I, may have accidentally put 4 more books into my shelf last night. Oops. I just go into Libby, I go available now, preferred format is audiobook, and then I just go by subject, and I just start listening to samples till I find a sample that sounds interesting, and I borrow the book.
That's literally what I did this morning, except I was looking for an ebook because I've decided that I really like reading ebooks in bed first thing in the morning. Like if I wake up before my alarm, my reward for not rolling over and going back to sleep is I get to read a book for a while. But I can't sit up and turn on a light, otherwise I bother Mr. Diana. But I can read an ebook on my phone.
Yeah.
So I literally did that this morning and picked up Shadow and Bone.
Feels nice, doesn't it?
It's good.
Nice.
I wanted the next in the series of the Gaslight murder mysteries.
Not available?
No, there's a 2-week wait on books 6 and 7, so those are on hold now. But I'm reading Shadow and Bone. I am
Bone's a really
single
book.
Chapter in. So
very good. It's a very good book. It's a really good book.
I watched the Netflix series and it was all right.
Didn't watch
having not read the book. It was all right having not read the book. I suspect the book is going to be much better, at the very least in explaining why some stuff was happening and the significance of some things. So I'm like, I get that this is significant, but I don't get why.
Fair.
So yeah, the first chapter was good. That's all I can report.
Okay. Which is fair. Oh, it's good. I'm glad you're reading it. It's a good book. You need to... Did you put the Locked Tome series on hold?
What's the title of the first one?
Gideon the Ninth.
I definitely added it to my list. I don't know if I put it on hold.
I think you'd enjoy it.
Hang on. Let me check.
Let me check. I feel like...
Gideon no. Let's spell that right. Gideon Ninth.
It's got enough
title.
Puzzle.
Oh, wait. Everything.
Puzzle. I don't want to say who done it because you're not solving a murder mystery.
Yeah. Gideon the Ninth. Place hold.
Yeah, please hold. I think you might enjoy that book a lot. Like I get a 4 out of 5 out of it, and I'm waiting on book 3, which comes out later this year. But I really, I feel like you're really going to enjoy that kind of humor. Does that make sense? Because like all of the
they do have Why We Sleep.
Oh well, pick it up.
I had my preferences to available now still from this morning.
Oops.
Now let's see. Do I want an audiobook or?
I mean, I listen to it, but I prefer audiobooks. So,
I mean, they have an audio and an ebook, and I need to put both are asking for holds. 7 weeks on the audiobook. Okay, hang on. If I put, I've started putting holds on both the ebook and the audiobook. Oh, the audiobook's going to come up first, but still not for like 2 months.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll get there.
We'll get there. It'll still be relevant information when you get there, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Why We Sleep is not going to change drastically in the next 2 months.
No. I think with the Gideon the Ninth series, I think you'll enjoy it because it's every once in a while I'll wander around and I'll say something and I'll be like, that's a reference because I'm now swearing anatomically correctly. Okay, cool. Comes from that book, and I'm like, Diana will enjoy this. Dana will enjoy.
I will enjoy it when it comes up.
I think that'll be something nice and fluffy. Kevin, I've been giving you a lot of super serious reads recently. That's nice.
Yeah, well, I've been reading Station 11 at your recommendation. It's really good. It's really hitting home on two fronts because one, it deals with the pandemic. It's the Georgia flu instead of COVID.
I warned you
but
about
also,
that.
Yeah, there's that. So, that hurts a little. But also, it starts out following this guy around Toronto on like day 0 of the flu. And if I wrote a book set in Toronto, that is where I would set it because that's the only part of Toronto I know. It happens exactly in the parts of Toronto that I know.
I didn't know that.
So I just like, he's talking about he's walking around here and he's walking around there and he's walking through the Island Gardens. And I'm like, oh my God, I know exactly where he is and what he's doing, what things are going on right now. And I'm like, and it just makes it so real. Wow. It's like, this hurts me at my soul.
But it's so good and it's so compelling. It's a 5 out of 5 for a reason. You need to read that book.
It's good. I'm enjoying the multiple point of view characters and it bounces back and forth in the timeline. But everything's connected. I feel like my brain right now is like one of those cork boards with all the red lines and the index cards.
Yeah. And it's like, 10 degrees of separation right up to the end.
So good. I'm just about exactly halfway through and already 5 stars. It's already 5 stars. Like, unless it completely botches the ending, it's going to be 5 stars.
Nope.
It does. Okay, so 5 stars.
5 stars. Yeah, it does not botch.
It's already 5 stars.
Yeah. All right. It's in which case, if
one more book.
For books?
Very quick mention.
I was like, wait.
Very quick mention. I've also been reading Leviathan Falls.
I forgot a whole book.
You forgot a whole book. Okay, Leviathan Falls, Last in the Expanse series. I keep slowly reading that one. But I'm very taken with Station 11 right now. So I read a little bit of Leviathan Falls. I got to the big reveal about what Duarte's deal is. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I'm very compelled to finish now. I need to know where this goes.
And you're like, excuse me, what
now? Sorry, you want to do what now?
With
who now? People agree with you? Or do they? I don't know. What is going on?
Gonna take a moment here.
Yeah, just take a beat. Think about this. I got so excited just now that I've managed to get some mascara in my eye. Ow. Okay, what's the book that you forgot?
It's because book club's on Wednesday. So I've been rereading The Three Musketeers, but I haven't been talking about it because it's a reread of The Three Musketeers, which I just read recently. The only problem is I read it like 3 months ago when the last book club was. So now that we're actually meeting to do The Three Musketeers, I've forgotten parts because I've read a bunch of books in between. So I'm just like literally 1.8 speed. Like I am just refreshing.
Just like, oh right, that happened. Oh right, that happened.
Just so that I'm refreshed for book club. But it didn't occur to me to mention it because it's just I've already literally read it once this year already. I mean, it counts for 2 books for my finishes for the year, but it's just because book club's on Wednesday. Book club's on Wednesday. I
haven't had a book club in a while. I think my book club may have fizzled.
I'm sad. I hate when book clubs sizzle.
We were supposed to maybe meet in person this month, and then we didn't even end up meeting virtually, and I'm sad about it.
Sad panda. All right.
I'm sad about it. Whatever. I'm still going to read all the books because they were good.
Yeah, read all the books. Read more books.
All right.
Book reading good.
I think we're done.
We're done? Oh my. All right. In which case, we'll wrap it up because you need to eat dinner and I need to figure out what that discordant sound was coming out of my living room. I suspect a stack of books falling over. So I'm going to say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.